Hey FlossTube, I'm Kathleen and this is StitchuationNormal episode 30. Welcome to my channel. This is a cross stitch channel where I talk about cross stitch and anything else that pops into my head. I live in Southern Ontario, so I'm a Canadian stitcher and I just love to talk. So I am going to be announcing a couple giveaway winners that we had from previous episodes. I am going to be showing you my Jolly July plans and starts, and I have some haul, and I'm gonna do another giveaway, a little giveaway again this week because it's really fun. So I'll give you a little life update first. Last time I talked to you, I think was the end of June. So we had the official last day of school for the boys, and which was like offline learning, which we just didn't do. We were like, you're done. And our tradition is we go to the drive-in on the last day of school. So we did this year and it was really fun. We saw, what was it? It was the sequel, oh, Peter Rabbit 2. I didn't think it was as good as Peter Rabbit 1, but that's just my opinion. The boys had a blast though. And I got my second dose of the vaccine. So as of Wednesday, I'm fully vaccinated because it's 2 weeks after. So that'll be 2 weeks on Wednesday. We went up to my aunt and uncle's cottage and they live right on the water. It's a gorgeous location. It is Buckhorn. So the lake is, if any Canadian or traveling stitchers know, it's Bald Lake or Big Bald Lake. I don't know, but the boys just swam. It rained for most of the days, but the boys still went in the water and they were swimming. And I'm going to say hello to Aunt and Uncle Ron because they watch my videos sometimes and they are really supportive, so I want to give them a shout out and say hello if you see this. We had so much fun at their cottage. And this week the boys are at music camp. It's a day camp, but it's for this week, so they are not here. I am not stressed out. My printer's still broken though, and I don't like that because I like to print out everything in case I forget a name, then I can look down, but it also has slowed me down from printing charts because I like to do the PDF download and I need to get that fixed. So this week I'm so excited. I'm planning on purging and cleaning the house and just starting to get our life a little bit back in order. I finally took down the school zone in our house, which was really fun to get rid of. I have a lot of paper. I saved everything and I'm like printing on the backside, as we know I do, and I just can't get rid of the paper if there's a blank side. The boys will do their drawings on it, whatever. Comments. So last week I asked about the frosted pumpkin piece I was working on. It called for a gingerbready type of fabric, and I had two pieces. One was a little lighter, one was a little darker. They were both opalescent, and I asked which one I should use. One was like similar to the called for, but I thought it was a little bit too light. And Becky Pugh said, make sure that I do a floss toss. So like lay the fabric down and then put all the called for floss on it and see if any of them kind of blend in too much, because if you remember, I did Home for Christmas by Little Dove Designs and I chose a fabric that was way too light. So all of the white stitching didn't really show up. So then I had to go over it with like a metallic floss and it was so much extra work. It looked beautiful, but I don't want to do that again. So I laughed when she said that and I was like, she's right. So I did a floss toss and everything looked good on that. And the other comment that a lot of you left was, you've been working on your Made to Create Sal by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I said that I was going to be leaving the border out of mine. I didn't like how it looked and a bunch of you agreed. So it's funny that we all kind of are like, I know Amanda's Fun Facery said she started it, took it out, she tried a different color, took it out, and she's like, I'm just leaving it without the border. And I think Shiloh Cross Stitch MD is also leaving it out. So if you want to leave it out, you leave it out. If you want to stitch it in, you stitch it in. That's what we get to do as stitchers. We get to choose. It doesn't have to be by the book, mostly. So those are the comments. Before I get into my WIPS, I'm going to continue on with my Canadian shop share because a lot of people in the comments have been liking hearing about new Canadian stitch shops. So last week I shared Stitch Toolbox, which was an Etsy shop. This week, the birds. I'm right by the window and the birds are, oh, we had a bird fly into the window. I was devastated. it was still breathing, but I don't know. And so I read that you're supposed to put them in a box and let them just kind of like, you don't bring them food, because if you bring them food, then they won't leave. But you just keep them kind of safe in the box and they'll fly out when they're ready. And it just like didn't fly out ever. And I was so sad. Anyways, that was a downer. I didn't mean to bring us on a downer, but they've been flying into our window lately. Never. We've lived here for 10 plus years and they've never flown into the window. And this year, like 3 did in 1 week. So, anyways, I could see that out of the corner of my eye. There was a bird flying by. Anyways, Canadian stitch shops. So, I shared an Etsy shop. This week I'm going to share a few brick and mortar shops in Ontario. And each week I will continue to mention the Canadian shops because I know people like to know. So, and I might even just list a whole bunch in the description. Definitely I'll list these ones in the description so you can just click the link and get to them. So the first one is Gita's, which is in Mississauga. And if you remember, I went there last summer, or maybe it might have just been this April. The whole year's a blur, I don't know. But they are a full needlepoint shop and they have fancy floss, regular floss, lots of fabric choices. Like, so when you go all the way to the back of the store, that's where all the fancy floss is. That's where all the regular floss is. Everything is back there. And then the next section is the fabrics, lots to choose from, and they're very helpful there. And then there's just charts and all the samples, right? Like all the samples around the wall. If you don't know, I'm still a new stitcher. This is my first, I've done a year of stitching now. So I'm on my 2nd year of stitching. So all of this is new to me. So Gita's is a great place. You can go in person now if you book an appointment, or you can order online and they ship really quickly and really reasonably. So definitely check them out for charts, floss, fabric, all of that. They have a lot of mill hills. They've got everything, I want to say, but you can also go on the website and like search by designer. So that's something I really like doing, is searching by designer. You can call ahead and schedule a pickup, or you can go in person. So that's Gita's in Mississauga, and I will link that shop. That's where I got my Blackbird Designs chart. Like I ordered that one. I went in person and bought stuff, but then I ordered that one. My husband ordered me that one for Christmas and it came really quick. So the next one is Stitch It Central, which is in London, which I recently went to before lockdown. So maybe that one was in April. Like I said, everything's a blur. Stitch It Central is also a full needlepoint needlework shop, and they're amazing. So they're located in London. They have all of the fabric, and you can go through the wall of fabric, and they've got like really organized bins now that you can pull out and look, and it's all by count, right? And then they're hanging on the hangers all the different fabrics. So that was really fun to look through. And then of course they've got a wall at the back that's full of the fancy floss and the DMC, just whatever kind of floss you need really. And then in the middle section again is all the charts. So you can go on their website as well, and I believe you can even make your own wish lists or your own favorites. And then you can order online. They ship out pretty quickly as well, and they've got everything you need there. I don't know what you would need that they don't have. So again, check their website if you're looking for a specific chart, or you can call them too. So I also recommend Stitch It Central in London. And a third shop that I have been to is, they changed their name. So it's Magic Hour. It used to be Magic Hour Cross Stitch. It's now Magic Hour Needlework. And they are in Niagara Falls, Ontario. And they have the most gorgeous hand-dyed fabrics. So they dye their own fabrics. And they have like the opalescent hand-dyeds, the regular hand-dyeds. That's where I get my Lugana from. They've got so much there. So they have a lot, and they have a lot of charts as well. They've got some Needleminders, the cute stuff. I don't believe they sell variegated floss. Like I don't believe they sell the Classic Colorworks. Yeah, that's what it's called. Classic Colorworks or Weeks Dye Works or Gentle Arts. They sell every color of DMC, and they also have the étoiles, and I'm not sure if they have Selkie or not, but they have quite a bit there as well, and you can do curbside pickup with them. They also have an Etsy shop, but if you order from their website or you call them, it's cheaper than Etsy because Etsy really gouges shops. So if a shop has a website, buy from the website so that the artist or the the shop owner gets more money and Etsy doesn't. I love Etsy, I shop a lot on Etsy, but if there is an option that's not Etsy, I take that option. So those are the 3 shops that I really like that are here in Ontario. There's definitely Traditional Stitches, which is in Calgary, I believe, which is Alberta. And I know there's Embroidery Marketplace, which is not a brick and mortar shop, but they have fabric. So if I was ordering just fabric, I would order from Embroidery Marketplace because they don't have the same backlog that Traditional Stitches has, or like some of the brick and mortar shops are a little bit behind. I think it's really just Traditional Stitches in Canada that's a little bit behind, but I've ordered from Traditional Stitches and I'm happy with my order. It just took a really long time because of COVID and like backlog. They're working as hard as they can. So I'm not trying to take a shot at them, but if you needed fabric, I would definitely order from Embroidery Marketplace and it would get there faster. Same as Millions of Stitches, which is on Etsy. So here's my little Etsy tip I'm going to give you all. Canadian stitchers, UK stitchers, or even US stitchers, but I feel like the US stitchers, you have a lot of places available to you and the shipping isn't a problem. But shipping is insane, and probably UK and like Aussie stitchers, you guys know. So what I've done on Etsy is I will search for 28 count Lugana or 25 count Lugana or whatever. I'll search for a fabric, and then you have to refine your search. And so I click Canadian shops only, because that way the shipping is between like $3 to $5 maybe, sometimes $2, sometimes free. And that's what you want, because then you'll find all these new shops you didn't know about. That's how I found Millions of Stitches, is I did a search and Canadian shops only, and that's what came up. So work with your refine tool, favorite shops so that you get notified when they're having a sale or when they have new items in. And it can be a problem because I'm a little bit addicted, but that's my Etsy tip, I guess. And those are the Canadian shops. So Gita's, Stitch It Central, Magic Hour Needle Arts, I think. Shoot, I should have looked it up, but it used to be Magic Hour Cross Stitch. So that's why it was in my head that I knew, but then I forgot they just changed it. Millions of Stitches. There's also Knowledge and Needles, which I believe is in Brighton, Ontario, but I have ordered from them. And they came really quick. So I'll link them as well. And don't forget there's Stitcher's Place, which has it's Wilma, and she's closing up shop, so everything is reduced prices. The prices are so good. She's got fabric and she's got fancy floss now. They're in like 3, it's like a bundle of 3, so honestly you cannot beat these prices. It's worth going through her list of charts. She listed every chart, all the fancy floss, and making an order, and she ships out pretty quickly. So I know a couple of you already have ordered from her and have taken advantage of the sales. So this is her last year in business. I don't believe she's going to be going forward in 2022. So Canadian shop feature, and American friends, some of you have taken advantage of Wilma's shop sale too, because it's still worth it even after paying for the shipping. So that's that. Shall we get into the WIPS? So if you remember, I've been doing Jolly July, and it is Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop. And if you remember last week, I sounded like an idiot because I didn't know what I was saying. I couldn't remember where it started or where it came from, but that is where it started. All I knew was I wanted to do it. So for me, my Jolly July plans are a Monday start and a Thursday start. Like I said, this is my 2nd year of stitching, so I don't have old Christmas WIPs to pull out and start working on. And I want to have a whole bunch of WIPs to just pull out because I was getting into a bit of a stitching rut. So I decided every Monday and Thursday of July, I'm going to start a new piece, a Christmas piece. And I didn't say like I have to, but that's what I want to do. And it was really fun the last 2 weeks, so I'm probably gonna go forward with it the next 2 weeks. I think we have 3 more weeks of July. So I want to do Christmas stitching. It's been so fun working on it. I am also excited to get back to my regular stitching, which is nice. Like I needed to miss it. Just like today, the boys are at their music camp and I'm like, oh, I'm filming my video way earlier because they didn't interrupt me. And then I'm like, well, I kind of missed their little interruptions. Isn't that the way life goes though? What is it? Not can't have your cake and eat it too, but it's, you don't know what you got till it's gone maybe? I don't know. I know what I got when they're bugging me, but I still miss it. It's the little things, right? So here's my first WIP. I started this one the first day, and it is the Prairie Schooler Reindeer Roundup. I'm showing you this weird, sorry, I'm gonna zoom in now. So we've got Santa and the reindeer, but if you count, there's no Rudolph. So Megan from Georgia Girl Stitching, she put Rudolph in, or maybe she made what, pardon me, rude. I think she made one of these, Rudolph, and then she put another little one in here. So I'm probably gonna put a reindeer in here, and then I'll have them all, because I was like, we can't be missing Rudolph. So here's my start. This is vintage Stormy Clouds, and let me see, it is a 32 count Lugana. So I ordered this from Millions of Stitches. It literally came in a week and a day maybe, so quick. I ordered it during COVID, so if you look, I just cut a little piece of it. You can see the Stormy Clouds, vintage Stormy Clouds I should say. It's the same idea as the vintage Country Mocha, right? So I've got 2 trees in, 2 reindeers. It's so fun to stitch this. I didn't really want to stop, but I was excited to start new pieces, so I'm very excited that I have this to work on whenever I choose. My next start is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Christmas Celebration Sampler. So if you look, it's like a gingerbready, but it was a little too orange for me, and I wasn't sure I wanted to stitch and have it orange, but it is an opalescent. And if you notice, there's a lot of white in the border, which was just like Home for Christmas was a snowflake border, and that's the one that I messed up on. So it's just so cute. We've got the carolers, the hot chocolate, the reindeer, the ice skating, the snowmen, the toys, the Mrs. Claus, the angel on the tree, and Santa. But even that border, look at the detail in the border, the snowmen and the reindeer and the snowflakes. I just thought this was so cute. So I ended up going with the mushroom. Let me see, let me make sure. I had to write it down because I'm using so many new fabrics. I used to only use like Ada or the 25 count Lugana, like that's what I was stitching on, the 28 count Lugana in light taupe. Those are like my go-tos, and then with Jolly July, I've just started using a whole bunch of new fabrics, so I'm like, okay, what is it? 28 count Mushroom Gold Lugana. And I'm using the called for DMC, and I was using the called for DMC on Reindeer Roundup, and I was stitching 2/2 with that. So then here's my start. I got the snowman done, and there's like a little, I don't know, like snowflake thing. So I'm trying to go over here so that I can start working on the border, and then like closer to Christmas I can start putting these in because they're really, really cute. Now, I had to switch this to another color because the called for, you couldn't see very well. It is supposed to be subtle, but it wasn't supposed to be as subtle as it was. So you can just barely see the border, but that's what it's supposed to be like. But as you can see, the white really pops on it. And as you can see, it's a real glittery. So I'll show you the full so you get an idea of how much we've got to go. The snowman is the S, so I did a center start. And there he is. And I had to take out this section like 5 times. I don't know what was going on, but I wasn't paying attention to my counting, and I'm glad I caught it because it would have been so much worse if I hadn't caught it. It would have affected the border, which would have been the whole thing. Like if I started to just go straight into the border, then I would have had to fudge something or, I don't know, say goodbye to it forever. Okay, my third start is by Durene Jones, and it's called Santa Ornament 3. And this is what it looks like. So this involves a little bit of sewing, which I haven't done too much of. I've sewed baby blankets like with a sewing machine, and this is hand sewing. Is my eyebrow weird? This is hand sewing, and she has instructions for how to make it. So this was one of my goals for this year, is to make this. So I thought, better start it, and I wasn't sure what fabric to start it on, but I went with the 25 count cream Lugana because the color I thought worked well, and it's been stitching up really nice. I can't believe there's a crease there. Oh no, it was crinkled up in my bag. I had 2 in 1 project bag. So yeah, you can see I've got Santa started. I have to add in the back stitch there, of course, but there is a nice border that goes around it. You can't see it in the picture, but it's on the back, and it's like green and red. There's like green and red. So it's gonna be like a square, and then it'll fold, I believe, like this way, or I guess it would be this way, but it's in like a point. So like that. That's what that, no, that's upside down. The point will be at the bottom. Don't listen to me, you'll see it when you see it, I guess. But yeah, here's my start. I'm happy with how it looks on the cream Lugana. The white really pops, and I love the colors in the hat. I was stitching on this at the cottage, and it was really nice to stitch on. It's a smaller piece, so I'm happy to have like a good variety of bigger pieces I'm working on, and then also smaller ones. And then here's my fourth start. This is a dimensions kit that I picked up at the thrift store for $1. And so I thought I may as well make use of it. So I decided I was gonna make my boys their own ornament. So my 7-year-old picked this one, and you put the name in, right? Which is so fun. It has a little cat. And then my 5-year-old picked this one, which also has a little cat. So I started this one first, and it's on the perforated paper. And this is my start. I had to take so much out of this, like, so this is, you need 3 strands to stitch this. And I didn't even know where to start because there's no like counting grid, because they're all on one page, and so you choose the one you want, but then you have to like count out and down, and there's no like, maybe it's easy for some, it was complicated for me. So I was like, well, this one was on the edge of a sheet, and I was like, I'm just gonna start it on the edge of the sheet. So I've got enough room here, but this is the little Elves feet, and this is the cat. I have to add the back stitching in, of course, and then this is like where the name will go. It'll go up bigger. I had to rip this out, and I had to rip out the shoes because I only did 2 strands of floss, and you could tell. I was like, something doesn't seem right about this, and then I remembered it said 3 strands. So I started it with 3 strands, but I didn't continue. It's really fun stitching on this. The very first piece I ever did was a reindeer, and it was like a little kit. It was like maybe this big, and it came with this, and it was really fun to stitch on. You can't use the sewing method, you have to just do the regular method, but I think this will be really cute. So I'd like to have both of these done as well for Christmas, and so that I can give them to the boys. And they're excited that I'm stitching them something and that I'll have their name on it. And my husband's like, I really like those, so I might have to do one for him and one for myself. Maybe I'll do this one for him, and I'll be like, finish the bathroom. If you've been following along, since November last year, we've been renovating our bathroom, and we still are. We have a toilet and a tub though, we just don't have a sink. So maybe I'll do this one, passive aggressively be like, finish the bathroom. And maybe I'll do for myself this one. I'll be Brittany. Free Brittany. She's got a little box of poinsettia, and that's me. We'll pretend that's the decorations. So those are my 4 WIPs, and I've been thinking about what I'm gonna start next. I have Kringles, which is huge, right? This is like jumbo, and it's intimidating, and a few of you in the comments have said like, I love it, but it's so intimidating, and I will start it. I think I'm gonna start it during this Jolly July, but I don't plan on finishing it anytime soon. And then the other one is, again, this is a horrible photo because it's black and white, my printer was on the fritz, but it's Quaker Snowflakes by Hello from Liz Matthews. And my struggle has been dyeing the fabric, but I'm gonna dye it today. I'm gonna dye my fabric. So I plan on doing that, but then I'm like, what about snow for Christmas? This is Brenda Gervais, I believe, yeah. I'm like, what about that? And like, what about Little House Needleworks? What's it called? Winter Band Sampler. If it's Winter Band, maybe I'll wait till winter on that one. But like all dolled up. I got this one at Gita's when I went in person. So cute. And then I was like, I got this one. I'm gonna hold this one back because this is the actual chart, but it says Gangsta Rapper, and I'm like, my sister, like this is for my sister Karen. I'm like, well, I think I am gonna start this. Might even be what I start today. I don't know. It looks really fun, and I have the DMC variegated floss that goes from like white to red to green, so I might try that on there. I don't know. But then I've got this. I ordered this from an Etsy shop, like a PDF download, Plum Pudding Needle Art, and it's Peace on Earth. Like that could be cute. And then I saw this one in my stash, this Christmas Wishes, which I'm gonna scroll down here. It's by Little Dove Designs. You can PDF download it. And I was like, should I start this too? Like, I don't know, there's so many. And then this is what I was planning on starting, but I don't know. So that's like, you'll see some of that next week because that's what I'm cooking. That's what's cooking right now. I don't think that makes sense, but you know what I mean because you guys are awesome and you always know what I mean. So those are my plans. I'm keeping up with Jolly July, I think. So someone told me that Kimberly Jolly also stitched Kringles and she changed the name of it to Jollies, and I think that's so cute. She changed the shop. So I'm gonna get into the WIPS and the giveaway now, I guess. Or the WIPS. The haul. My haul. So I ordered from a Canadian shop and I don't remember where they are. I think they're in Ontario, but I'm not sure. It's called Outlaw Stitching. And like, this is how it came. I let my husband open it because I was away when it came and I really wanted to see it. So he took a picture, but he got to open it, which was probably fun for him. But it comes like this with the little thank you, but look at their paper. That's their logo, is this skull thing. What do you call it? So anyways, so then you open it up and this is what I got. It's Dwight Schrute from The Office. It's Halloween. Little pumpkin. So I was like, I'm gonna get this. It went on sale and I was like, okay. Let's see, do they say where they're from? No. But I will link their shop. And if they have a website, no, they don't. They have a Facebook and an Instagram. So, and like this is their sticker. So I'm gonna put this on my, my floss box. Because I like putting stickers, and then they added in like all these stickers, so like a Dundee sticker. I'm gonna put that on my floss box. Agent Michael Scarn. Question. It's Dwight. And then just Oscar. So that was a really fun surprise. Like a little package that had a lot of fun in it. And then I ordered, because of Jolly July, and because I follow follow your Etsy shops on Instagram, because sometimes you get to know things first. Like, I saw this fabric on Instagram first. Dawn of Gamma's Treasure Shop. You'll know, if you see this symbol, this is what her Instagram looks like, is this. She posted this fabric. She had bags coming in the shop soon, and I was like, I need to get one. So it's Elf. I was like, I need another bag because I started so many projects. And yeah, it's got all the sayings on it. And then the front is just, it comes with her thread beds. And there's a magnet in here, so you can just stick your needle or your scissors. I like to stick my scissors to it, actually. And yeah, just a cute little polka dot pattern in the front. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna order that. And there was one I had my eye on for a while, and it said some people had it in their cart, which made me like panic a little. It doesn't normally make me panic, but I did panic this time because I just love butterflies. This fabric is just stunning. This bag, I loved it on the Etsy shop, and when it came in person, I was like, oh, it was even more beautiful in person. So like, just look at that. And the flowers, like if this isn't a summer bag, I don't know what is. And this is what this side looks like. So I ordered those, and then Stitch Kindness, Dawn was so kind. She sent me this one. And I had this favorited and she didn't even know. And, well, sorry, I should show this side. I wanted a fall bag because I only have, I think, one fall bag. So I was like, I'm gonna order another one. This is Gamma's Treasure Shop, which I will link below, because she picks just the most beautiful fabrics and her bags are lovely. I know several, I'm gonna do an episode of like Canadian Etsy shops too, where I'll mention them all, but I got project bags now for all my projects. And then I did go to the thrift store one time since lockdown. I haven't really shopped much. And I paid 50 cents for this bag, and it has a bunch of magnets, but it has these pins. And if you watch Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, these are the pins that she uses when she's finishing. She sticks them into the foam core. So I was like, 50 cents and these cute little magnets. What does this say? It says, actually I can. Actually I can what? She loved life and loved it. No, she loved life and it loved her right back. That's what these magnets say. So anyways, my 50-cent find. You can find fun little things. We're saving these. These aren't getting wasted now. I'm gonna do some finishing. And then the third bit of haul that I have is from Prim Stitcher Shop, which I shared last week. I had ordered 2 charts and then I ordered 1 more because she's having a 50% off sale. So all these charts are like $2 to $3 and probably even less in US dollars. So it's like so worth it because these are so cute. But I ordered Halloween Scary chart and I just thought it was the cutest. We like stitching little squares, don't we? I don't know, that's what I've noticed. So that's the rest of my haul. I'm going to announce the giveaway winners. So remember this bag and I told you to tell me your favorite birds? Well, the winner, I gave her 4 weeks and she never got back to me, so I had to draw again. So the new winner is Jacqueline Liebfried, and she says her favorite bird is the male cardinal. Jacqueline, send me an email. My email will be in the description box below. And this is your bag if you can get a hold of me, this beautiful bag. I will link Jessica's shop. It's OtterRows Designs, or just OtterRows maybe. And then you can buy a bag if you like her bag so much. It's my dinosaur bag is the one that oh, it's under here. I've been using it a lot for my Jolly July stuff. This is another one of the OtterRows bags. So check out her shop. Jacqueline, message me. I don't want to have to draw again. And then we have, this was last week's giveaway, this Lizzie Kate Cherish Dream Live. And the winner is Ann DaCosta. She cherishes her time stitching. So, Ann, leave me an email and I will mail this to you. And then today's giveaway is from Wilma at Stitcher's Place. And it is Little House Needleworks Hope. So I hope you enter to win this. And I hope this chart is a welcome addition to your stash. I'm trying to add it in because you guys get so creative when there's like a word you're supposed to use, and you'll like, for the cherish, hope, love, live, cherish, dream, live, you guys would like insert it very creatively, which I loved. So if you'd like this, add the word hope to a comment. You have to be 18 because I need your address unless you have your parents' permission or have your parent do it. You need to like this video, subscribe, and again, leave your comment saying hope if you'd like to win this from Wilma at Stitcher's Place. And I don't think we need anything else for that. Just hope. It's so cute though. I'm going to show it one more time. I really like the snowflake on it. Yeah. So she sent me this and I think I already own it. So I thought we may as well do a giveaway. Why not? And it's a little Christmassy, right? It's got the snowflake, so it goes with our Jolly July, maybe? Didn't I show you everything, guys? I think so. And we're at half an hour, so I guess I should wrap it up. I will show you this. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at StitchuationNormal. I usually post pictures of progress on pieces or new starts, some behind the scenes in my stories, and that kind of thing. You can email me, which is StitchuationNormal@gmail.com, and I'll leave that in the description box below. All the shops I mentioned, all the charts I mentioned, well, maybe not all the charts, but all my WIPS I mentioned, I will post links to the charts there, and everything's going to be in the description below. And what else do I usually say at the end? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love hanging out with you. It is always a pleasure. Or it's always fun. I wasn't sure whether to say it's always fun or it's always a pleasure, but it's always a pleasure came out, so I guess that's what the truth is. And that's all. So keep stitching your story, and I will see you next time. Bye.